Good morning, students. A very hearty welcome to my channel GS Tech GC Tech Hub CS Tutorials. Uh, I hope you people are understanding the lectures properly. Please do leave a comment if you have any doubt or any query. I will try to solve your queries. If you have not yet subscribed my channel, then please first of all go down below, press the red button, subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you keep getting the notifications regarding all my latest uploads. So without wasting time, let us start with today's class. As said, today is the second part of nested loops. So we are just going to see what are nested loops, nested while loops with the help of a pattern printing program. So here we are going to see a pattern printing program using two approaches. First one is a traditional approach and second one is a exclusive Python approach. So the pattern which you will be printing will be something like this. So just give me a moment so that I could tell you how the pattern looks like. So now in this pattern you can see there are 5 lines: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and there are 5 columns: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it gives us a 5 by 5 matrix of asterisk signs or stars. So here what we are going to do is we will try to print one line each, and we will take up that line and individual positions within that line. So our outer loop would be handling the number of lines and the inner loop would be handling the number of columns or individual asterisk positions. So how to do this? So for doing this, first we will understand it with the help of a pseudocode. So first step is start. Second step will be, now you can already see that this is a star pattern which is printed in the form of a matrix, right? So outer loop will be handling the number of lines, and we know that there are how many lines? 5 lines. So we will first initialize a variable I by 1. Then if I is less than equal to 5, then go to step 4. Otherwise go to step X. We don't know what is step X yet. Now in step 4 we will simply be printing this asterisk sign. And in the step 5 we are just going to update I. Sorry, I did a mistake. Inside this we will be initializing j equals 1. And I had already told you that for one iteration of the outer loop, the inner loop completes its all iterations. So inside this j is going to handle the individual columns. So the outside I equals 1 will be handling the first line, and in the first line individual column positions will be handled by j. So I will write, if j is less than equal to 5, then go to step 6. Otherwise go to step Y. We don't know what is Y yet. So here it will be print asterisk sign. Seventh point would be go to step 5, because we are just going to repeat step 5 till the time the inner loop completes all its iterations. So it has to go to step 5. And okay, one thing we missed out, that was update expression of j. So update j equals j plus 1. This will be step 8, which will be go to step 5. And once we come out of it, once we have printed all the stars in one line, we have to change the line. So we will write here line feed or insert line feed. So we will insert a new line to change the line, and then we will again update the value of I now, which is my outer loop control variable. Then go to step 3. We will loop back to step 3, and step 12 is going to be stop. Now first we go to step 5, where we have go to step Y, which is the point where we will be going once the inner loop has terminated, which should be after this go to step 5. That is, it should be step 9, and step X should obviously be step 12. So this is our pseudocode. Now let us create the program using this pseudocode. So we will go back to our sample program, and first we will copy this, and we will paste our pseudocode here and hide this under a block comment. And now we will start with our coding. So as usual, the first step start is not required. So we will simply start with I equals 1. But because we are going to use a for loop, and you know that for loop already combines initialization, condition, and update expression. So we will simply start with for I in range and 1, which is my initialization. Condition is I less than equal to 5. That is, I have to stop at 5, which is my actual stop. So I will take one more than 5. And my update expression is the skip value, which is by default 1. So I don't need to provide them over here. Now within this, I will start write for for j in range 1 comma the same thing, that is 6, and print asterisk. Now by default we know that in the end we have a new line character, so we will simply provide a single space over here such that all the asterisks while on the same line are printed one after the other. There is no line break in between. So we go back again because our loop J inner loop ends over here, as skip is already doing the work of update expression. So outside we are just going to now print a new line, that is a simple print statement which is automatically going to change the line. And let's run the program and see. So you can see that we get a nice uh, square matrix. So we get a nice square matrix over here. Let's do the dry run and see. So we are just going, you can see that 12 lines of pseudocode are just merged into a few lines of this code. Now this was using the for loop, but because our statement is already using while loop, so I'm going to just demonstrate this using while loop. So I equals 1 while I is less than equal to 5, and inside again I'll take j equals 1 while j is less than equal to 5, print asterisk, and end will be space, then j plus equal to 1, which is my update expression, come out of it, new line, and I plus equal to 1, which is the update expression for I. So this also will print the same. So we are just going to do a dry run of it. So let us copy this and bring it to our window here. So here is my code, and let us do its dry run first. So we are going to have I, we are going to have j, and here we will be having the output. So I is 1, the starting value for I is 1, and we will check is I less than equal to 5. Answer is yes. So we will move on to the next statement, that is j equal to 1. So now j is initialized here. So you can notice that j will be initialized every time this outer while loop is iterated, whereas I equals 1 will be executed only once before all the loops. Now while j is less than equal to 5, so yes, j is less than equal to 5, print asterisk. So we will print asterisk, and there is no line break after this because end is a space, so a space will be printed. So right now, because space is a non-printable character, so you won't be able to see the space here. So I'm just representing it with an underscore sign over here. So here in this context, the underscore means space, white space in this context. Okay, so please remember that. Then j equals j plus 1, so j becomes 2, and remember I is still 1. So again it goes back, it loops back here. While j is less than equal to 5, yes, 2 is still less than equal to 5, again print asterisk and print a dash. J plus 1, make it 3, again go back, 3 is less than equal to 5, again print this. Now again j is incremented, it becomes 4, again go back, it is still less than equal to 5, again print this, make it 5, is it less than equal, it is not less than 5 but it is equal to 5. So here still the condition is true, again print asterisk and a space, and again now make j into 6, again it goes back, now the condition is false, so it terminates and comes to this point, that is print. So a new line, there will be a line break over here, so a new line is there. So I'm just going to represent this by an arrow from this side. So this is my new line now. So after this I equals I plus 1, so now the value of I changes to 2, and again j will be reset back to 1. So again that same old cycle, print this line for all the values of j till 5. Okay, and after this loop is executed, again change the line, increment the value of I, so now the value of I will become 3, and again j will take up all its values, so again it will print all the asterisk signs, right? Then a new line, then I plus 1, so now again I becomes 4, and again j starts from 1, so again it will print this fourth line, and again after this I plus 1, so it makes it as 5, and once it is 5, again j completes all its iterations. And once it is done, again there is a line break, again I will be changed, so it will become 6 over here, but when it goes back it finds that the condition is false. Okay, so none of these values will be there now, that is, now none of the values of j will change because the loop terminates, it just comes to this point over here, and hence our program is done. So all these underscore symbols, they just show this line. So this is the dry run of it. Let us see the flow chart. So we start with the flow chart. Start. Now here initialization, that is I equals 1. Then is I less than equal to 5. Now if this is yes, it will move on to the next statement, that is j is equal to 1. Again it will check a condition, j less than equal to 5. If this is yes, then it will be printing this asterisk sign, and next it will be updating the value of j. So j equals j plus 1 will be there, and it will go back to this loop over here. 1 second. Yes, so it will go back to this loop over here, and if the condition is false, then it will come out of the loop, and it will first of all print a blank line, that is a line feed will be there, and following the line feed there is going to be an update expression for the outer loop control variable, that is I equals I plus 1, which will again loop back to this condition over here. And if this condition is false, if it is no, then this control would just go to stop. That is over here. So you can see that this whole thing, it consists of an outer loop and an inner loop. So this is the inner loop and this is the outer loop which is there. There is another shortcut for doing this same program, and that is the exclusive Python method. So we are going to use the Python approach to print the matrix of asterisk. So that is for which doesn't require nested loop actually, because in Python we have something which is known as a repetition operation. And this repetition operation can be used for lists, tuples, dictionaries, sets, sequences like strings and so on. That is, I can use a string object along with an integer object and perform a repetitive operation, that is this string object will be repeated this integer object times. For example, if I write hello and if I just write here multiplied by 3, so it will print hello, repeat hello 3 times. Hello, 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 like this. So this is how it's going to handle this operation. So I'll just show it to you once on the console. So I'm just going to write here print hello into 5, and you can see that hello is repeated 5 times. So I'm going to use exactly this operation over here. So this would be like this: for I in range, I'll take 5 over here because it will take the values from 0 to 4, which is actually 5, or you can also take alternatively 1 comma 6, and print asterisk into I into 5. And once we do this, let us just run it, and you can see that it prints it like this. Let's give some extra space in between. So I'm just going to give 2 spaces or 1 space after this, and you can see that we easily get the same pattern as we were getting before. So this is the exclusive Python approach. That is a program. Normally other programming languages, they follow the traditional approach, which is 2 nested loops and a number of lines of code. So all those some 5 to 6 lines of code are just crunched into 2 lines of code in Python. So that's the exclusive Python approach which we can follow. So students, this is the flowchart, the pseudocode, the code, the dry run of this program. A very simple program which we have seen in Python, which is used for handling nested while loop, and the same program I also showed you using the nested for loops. So with this I end today's class, students. We will meet again in the next class. Thank you.